the name of all the real niggas.
I want you to speak up clear and loud.
Respectfully, the most honorable YB Double M. Lotto.
Brown baby.
Gunshots in the dark at me. Discrimination cause my head nappy. Call me a thug cause I'm tatted up. Now your actions justify when them slugs clap me. I think it's a war on the black race. Why every criminal they show got a black face, and every hero they show gotta be pale? Is it me or y'all got the wrong niggas for crimes against humanity? Of course we out here acting up. They slaughtered our elders and told the babies they from Africa. We screaming Black Lives Matter, they do. Well nigga, Black Lives Matter to who? Cause they don't matter to you. You know the owner of that movement, a Jew, and Nick Cannon got canceled just for speaking the truth. True, y'all think money bring power, it don't. Unity bring power, then we take what they owe. Y'all think money bring power, it don't. Unity bring power, then we take what they owe.
Where we got the best work. I'm your host, Fetty Lotto, here to put a stain on your brain and bring you some news you can use. And we about to go over some conspiracy TikToks. And this one right here in particular is, did the CIA finance hip-hop, man, even from its early days, from the 1980s? Let's get into it and find out.
Hip-hop was a CIA operation from the inception, even in the 80s.
CIA financed 80s hip-hop.
John Holmeston, a retired CIA agent, has admitted this week on national Russian television that the CIA was behind the creation of the 1980s hip-hop scene and financed major hip-hop acts, including NWA, African Bambaataa, and Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. God damn.
African Bambaataa, Grandmaster Flash, and the Furious Five. The CIA was there from day one. Them your day one niggas.
Time spent big money, this is serious money, this is in quotations, on this covert operation destined to further the vision and corruption of the American youth to nihilist, anti-establishment, and anti-American ideologies.
Stop. They trying to get anti-establishment and anti-American activities. When Crazy Bone read it, the dude said, well, where's Brand New Me? Where's Latifah? Where's Public Enemy? Where's all of that shit? But they also work to get you to believe anti-establishment. They're just step one before you get to gangster rap. But
why would they not infiltrate after they just COINTELPRO Black Panthers, after they shut down all the civil rights movements, all the American Indian movements, all the feminist, all them other movements that was going at the same time? You think it was done? COINTELPRO was over? No.
According to the former agent, famous hip-hop lyrics of the legendary hip-hop outfit NWA were scripted by a team of psychologists and war propagandists inside the CIA. Fuck the police and other anti-establishment lyrics were intended to unleash a wave of cynicism towards authorities, promote the use of narcotics, and glamorize the gangster life in the minds of impressionable young people. The CIA worked in tandem with the music industry elite.
Changed rap music and destroyed a generation.
Damn.
So it says, hello. After more than 20 years, I finally decided to tell the world what I witnessed in 1991, which I believe was one of the biggest turning points in popular music, and ultimately, American society. I have struggled for a long time weighing the pros and cons of making my story public, as I was reluctant to implicate the individuals who were present that day. So I've simply decided to leave out the names and all the details that may risk my personal well-being and that of those who were, like me, dragged into something they weren't ready for.
Damn.
Hold on, let me
So we gonna tell a story.
We gonna tell a story. We ain't scared.
You know what I'm saying? What they gonna do?
They after us, not scared.
Look, that black van.
So look, so he says, between the late 80s and early 90s, I was what you may call a decision maker with one of the more established companies in the music industry. I came to Europe in the early 80s and quickly established myself in the business. The industry was different back then, since technology and media weren't accessible to people like they are today. The industry had more control over the public and had the means to influence them any way it wanted.
Right.
This may explain why in early 1991, I was invited to attend a closed-door meeting with a small group of business insiders to discuss rap music's new direction. Rap music's new direction.
Yeah.
Little did I know we would be asked to participate in one of the most unethical and destructive business practices ever seen.
Crazy.
So this was the meeting. The meeting was held at a private residence on the outskirts of Los Angeles. I remember about 25 to 30 people were being there.
Right.
Most of them familiar faces. Speaking of those I knew, we joked about the theme of the meeting, as many of us did not care for rap and failed to see the purpose of being invited to a private meeting to discuss the future of hip-hop.
Talk to him.
Among the attendees was a small group of unfamiliar faces who stayed to themselves and made no attempt to socialize beyond their circle. Based on their behavior and formal appearances, they didn't seem to be from our industry. Our casual chatter was interrupted when we were asked to sign a confidentiality agreement preventing us from publicly discussing the information presented during the meeting. Needless to say, this intrigued, in some cases, disturbed many of us. The agreement was only a page long, but very clear on matters and consequences, which stated that violating the terms would result in job termination immediately. We asked several people what this meeting was about and the reason for such secrecy, but could not find anyone who had the answers for us. A few people refused to sign and walked out. Nobody stopped them. I was tempted to follow, but curiosity got the best of me.
That's right.
A man who was part of the unfamiliar group collected all the agreements from us. So now it's going to get to the good part because the meeting about to start.
Talk to him, Jake.
It says, quickly after the meeting began, hold on one second.
Get your popcorn, y'all.
Popcorn, get your pistol. No,
For real though.
Quickly after this meeting began, one of the industry colleagues, who shall remain nameless like everybody else, thanked us for attending. He then gave the floor to a man who only introduced himself by first name and gave no other details about his personal background. I think he was the owner of the residence, but that was never confirmed. He briefly praised all of us for the success we had achieved in our industries and congratulated us for being selected as part of this small group of decision makers. At this point, I began to feel slightly uncomfortable and the strangeness of.
So basically, right, he's reading an open letter on a meeting that took place. You know what I'm saying? I guess the person exposed what was spoken about at this meeting, and it was basically the direction that hip hop wanted to go. You know, they wanted the direction of hip hop to go in at that particular time, and it was going to be in the gangster shit. You know what I mean? To where everything is leading up into now. You know what I'm saying? It started something like with the Tupac Shakur murder trial taking place, and the Lil Durk murder trial taking place. You got Yella Beezy on trial for murder for hire right now. That's taking place or about to take place. So I just feel like, man, this is important to highlight, and enough people not highlighting this, man. It's, they look how they got us looking. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop as a whole, they got us looking like savages. You know what I'm saying? They got us looking like we don't deserve to be in a position that we in as a people. You know what I'm saying? And when I say we, I mean us as a people, because we all hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop is really like the foundation of a lot of us in our culture. And when I say our, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? The Aboriginal man of America, the Aboriginal man and woman of America. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop is a strong foundation of our culture, you know what I'm saying, from a certain point of time on. So they know that if they control that, then they can control us. You know what I'm saying? And psychology, they use psychology and all types of shit to really know how to use cause and effect. They know how to use frequencies, all that type of shit, man. And they feed our people with this, and look where it led us to. Who would ever think, back then that hip hop artists, or you got 3 different murder trials right now taking place that's surrounded in hip hop. That got something to do with hip hop right now. We got 3 different murder trials going on right now. Y'all don't think that's crazy? Y'all don't think that this is by design? You don't think it's an architecture to this? People, we don't act like this, man. We don't act like this, especially these artists, man. Like, these people really are passionate about their craft. They take it serious. They work hard to get to where they got to, just to have fucking agents planted around them to get them to go in the wrong direction. So now it get displayed to the whole world. Like, look at these people. Look how they act. Can't get them no money. You can't get them no power. They'll run. You know what I'm saying? They'll run this country and into the ground if they was to ever get they land back. They ain't gonna know how to. You know what I'm saying? America is supposed to be the safest place in the world, but if they had it, look what they'll be doing in the streets, gunning each other down, gunning us down, gunning our children down. That's the propaganda they put out there. Know what I mean? And certain things, man, is worth more than money. Like controlling media, controlling the narrative, controlling the what people think. You know what I mean? And the relationships that they got with each other, because they in media, they in the music business. You know what I'm saying? They are the judges. They are the lawyers. But I ain't even going to keep going too deep, man, because I could talk all day about this, but we're going to let the videos do the explaining, man.
Ice Cube says the CIA used gangster rap as a psyop to destroy the black community. Now, this is something, if you done any type of research, you already knew. Now, I seen a lot of people going at Ice Cube saying, yeah, but you played a part of it and blah, blah, blah. And this is something I was just talking about, with earlier this week, about how our community don't let us grow. It's like, okay, when you might be involved in something, or you might say something, or you might have certain views, given the information you have at the time. As you grow and gain new information, black people, it's okay to say I was wrong, I got new information, now my thought process changed and I feel this way now. It's like our culture wants us to stay stuck in one spot forever. And you can't advance past that. So yeah, he took a part of it. He helped create gangster rap, but he was a kid trying to get rich, trying to get out the ghetto. Now that he done, gain more knowledge and he's older now, he's that, damn man, this is fucking us up. And he's trying to let you know, but he gets backlash for it. Like, how y'all feel about that?
I feel like if you really do take a look, and I think Ice Cube is 100% correct. When you look at,
not to cut their wisdom, right? I just want to say this. As far as Ice Cube is concerned, like, I like what he said, right? Black people don't like to let each other grow. And that's something that we need to do, because if you do the knowledge on Ice Cube, yeah, he was a part of the NWA thing. Like he said, he was in the ghetto, hungry, trying to get rich, thinking about, we all made certain decisions. And I think we all would have probably went along with that with that decision if that fell in our lap, to become, you know what I'm saying, who Ice Cube is right now, and all your wildest dreams could be fulfilled and all that. That's very tempting if you ever get approached with this type of proposition. That's very tempting, you know what I'm saying? But you see, since Ice Cube left NWA and Jerry Heller and all them, Ice Cube is running to his redemption, man, because he know what he did. He probably ain't just come out and say it back then, but he's saying it now. But his actions been showing us that he been running in the direction of redemption, because he went straight to the Nation of Islam and started, his next album and all that was produced by, I think, the Bomb Squad, like Chuck D and all them. He went straight to that. You know what I mean? From NWA, he went straight to that. Now, he's an artist, so he started talking gangster shit and all that again. But he been putting out positive movies as well as being in Boys in the Hood and all. Like, we ain't perfect, man. We know what's going on, but we got to stop letting these people use us to keep everybody down. Because we only thinking about ourselves.
Hip hop and what it promotes, right? Which is violence, also which is drug usage, which we know that there's pharmaceutical companies that are intertwined with record labels that were giving rappers and singers and R&B people drugs to promote. So when you look at it, you know, and it all ties in together, I think 100% it's been elicited by the CIA to go ahead and, you know, kill us from within, because that's exactly what you're seeing literally right now. So I don't think Ice Cube is wrong at all.
So first, I want to say shout out to Ice Cube. I believe Ice Cube is one of the ones that been very successful and ain't really sold us out as black people. I feel like he rock with us. He do everything he need to do that he can in certain positions when it comes to black people. Now, like you just said, so getting new information or having a different belief at a certain point in life, niggas will bleed you for it. But he could have just kept the information to himself and didn't have to say shit. You feel me? So salute Ice Cube for even dropping that. And you take what you want and do with that shit. You can't be mad at him for now that he's waking up to more information or learning new things to bash him about giving the information. Yeah, he was a product of his environment at one point. But like you say, don't bleed somebody because he don't even think the same way he thought when he was 20 years ago. So shout out to Cube, man. Keep doing what you do.
I seen a few people like saying he's controlled opposition because he does business with Jewish people with his Big Three and his movies and shit like that. First of all, you're seldom going to be able to do any business in entertainment unless a Jew is involved, number one. Number two, just because certain niggas got fucked over with their contracts don't mean every Jew is automatically your enemy. If we doing business and we both winning, how the fuck are you my enemy? If you put millions in my pocket, I'm putting millions in your pocket. How the fuck is this the enemy? I don't know.
It's you know what it is? It's lack of knowledge. If you do business with them Jews and you ignorant, then they gonna treat you like you ignorant. If you do business with them and you not ignorant and you sharp, you on your shit, you know what I'm saying? You know exactly what you want and you know how to go get it, then they gonna treat you like that. The world gonna treat you how you act. You know what I'm saying? And they may have tucked some knowledge on us, hid knowledge and all that on us, but right now is no excuse for us to not get our shit all the way together and be at least on their level or surpass them. You know what I'm saying? As far as how they stick together, you know what I'm saying? How they money circulate within their own communities and shit like that. Like, it's time to do that. It's time to do that. You know what I'm saying? We know the play, so now we got to act accordingly. And shit, some of us even gonna run the play on other people. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what knowledge does. Knowledge broadens your horizons. It opens your mind. It expands the way you think. So you could use that for good or you could use it for evil. It's, you know, it is what it is.
CIA run operations, bro. All of it. All of it. I need for you to explain to me, why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't it be? You think the government in any form of it seen what we were doing? Oh, there go the black Muslims. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. You crazy? First of all, I didn't realize that Elijah Muhammad and the motherfuckers was around since the 30s. And nobody did shit about it. Until Mike Wallace did a motherfucking a show on it. A white, a news broadcast on it. The hate that hate made, or the hate that hate built. And then they were known all over the country, in the world perhaps. So in other words, the government put them on. Certainly looks that way. Certainly looks that way. You got Moors who get on Gaddafi connected. Then now they put them on terrorist lists. And then after Homeland, they refreshed the Moors on that list. And if you remember, they had a group of Moors who were going to blow up a building in Chicago. They arrested them all and said, oh, the Moors are now can be looked at through Homeland Security. Before that, it was Jeff Fort.
He talking about Jeff Ford. I was just about to say that. He talking about Jeff Ford.
And Gaddafi because of them being in a group. Now, it's not saying the Moors are corrupt or that the Nation of Islam, the guys who came, were corrupt. They had it in their heart. That's how they get us, because they are manipulating us with our heart. They are manipulating us with our grassroots movement. So when a grassroots movement emerges, they watch and then they see the way to infiltrate.
Hey, did you know that the CIA funded the rap music explosion? And now that the USAID funds got cut, for the first time in 30 years, not a single rap song has made it to the top 40. Wow. 2 years in a row. Think about that for a second. And I want to take you back to the late 80s and early 90s when rock was everywhere. I think you remember glam rock, arena rock, all the great lyrics, everywhere you looked. Then almost overnight it was gone and rap exploded with like MTV Raps and all that, right? And everyone just said, well, you know, I guess that's the culture. That's what people want now. That's the market, that we can make money. But here's what we didn't know back then. The CIA had been in the music business since the Cold War. We know they're in the movie business. It's declassified now, so we can actually look into it. You can look it up. Ben Swan reported on this, and I thought it was fascinating that someone finally picked up on it. So back in the Cold War, the CIA was paying to send Louis Armstrong, Ella Fitzgerald, Dizzy Gillespie all around the world because they needed the world to see America as a tolerant place. Don't get me wrong, those are three of the greatest musicians who ever lived, in my opinion. I mean, their music was real, the talent was real, but the State Department, they were cutting the checks. Crazy. So when Mike Pence, the former State Department official, you probably know him, came out and said USAID was funding rap artists in 14 countries as recently as 2024 and training them how to get young people into the streets, you got to go back and ask yourself, if they're doing this in 24, what exactly were they doing in 1991 when rock fell off the face of the earth and rap exploded for the next 30 years? Because then in 2025, when Doge cuts hit, and for the first time in 30 years, rap disappeared from the top 40. Obvious. 2 years in a row. The Billboard numbers confirm it. You can look it up. So I'm sitting here thinking, what does this actually mean going forward? Because if the funding is gone, the counter-funding is gone too. And now we know that people with no talent, how they got famous. The machine that was deciding who gets pushed and who gets buried just lost its budget. So does that mean a kid with a guitar who actually knows how to play has a real shot now? Does that mean a rapper who can actually write, who doesn't need a synthesizer, doing all the work, can finally break through without fighting a system that basically was never there to let him in anyway? I think that's exactly what this means. This is a massive opportunity. Think about what's
I mean, more than that. See, he might be CIA right there. Even though he said some shit, but it means more than that.
Tupac.
Just turned 24, June 16. Living in Decatur, Georgia.
Okay. How'd you get interested in music?
Started off with poetry, writing poetry. But then I started turning the poetry into songs. And that got more attention.
How'd you get into rap?
It is in my opinion that I was rapping while I was writing poetry.
Okay. Constitutes rap.
That's what it is, poetry. To me, it's storytelling, poetry.
Now you were performing by the time you did your solo album, what people call gangster rap.
No.
You were not?
No.
What would you call what you were performing?
His whole rap music icon persona was
Have
fake.
you ever performed gangster rap?
No. Because I don't know, number one, what gangster rap is. Number two, I don't classify what my music is as gangster rap.
Have you heard the term?
A lot.
I don't mean in an ideal sense. I mean in every day, every little thing you do. It's such a gimme, gimme, gimme. Everybody back off. You know, everybody's like, you taught that from school, everywhere. Big business. If you want to be successful, you want to be like Trump, gimme, 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 push, 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 push. Step, 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 crush, crush, crush. That's how it all is. And it's like, nobody ever stopped. Just
Tupac wasn't CIA. I mean, of course, they was planted around his ass. We know that, right? Even from his upbringing to the shit that he had going on in the entertainment business. But that was just in real time. We seen an innocent person start getting his innocence snatched from him slowly but surely. You know what I'm saying? And he's trying to fight that and got the weight of his work. the world on his shoulders. That's how I feel. That's how I viewed it. And even in hindsight, when people be like, Tupac is a contradiction. One minute he was this, the next he was that. But that's just how it is with all of us. Like at one point, we all good people, and then we take a turn, and you know what I'm saying? Because we got to learn shit over here too, and we come back, and sometimes people, you know what I mean? It's just a balance in life, man.
Same people who own the labels own the prisons. So, literally the same people? Literally the same people who own the labels own private prisons. You know, the records that come out are really geared to push people towards that prison industry.
The weird thing is how rap has fallen off the
I
charts.
was gonna say that.
It's because Drizzy Drake was gone.
No, it's because USAID got defunded.
Maybe
that's
some
what
of
a
that,
lot of
but
people
no,
think.
but Drake was gone.
USA got defunded that dropped rap.
We're back
well,
on aid.
USAID, the Agency for International Development, is well known
Fauci
to have
was
been
big on
funding about a bunch of radical anti-government rappers overseas. Funding a ton of them, like a ton of. It was basically all about regime change. That was a big part of what USAID was about. And the thought is that USAID had something.
When does CIA come into the picture?
When we put out the Stereo Crew record and it didn't work, you know, we was on Epic.
Did you think it was on? Like, oh my God.
I thought it was
this
on
is
like
it.
Donkey Kong.
Yeah,
man.
like,
You
man,
know,
we
I
made
thought
it.
Yeah, and we signed with the same label as Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I guess they didn't like the sales of that last Record Crew record because they was on Epic too, so they dropped us. So we back on Crew Cut. And it's like, man, we had a whack record, man. It's like, we the name, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Their crew, so we're going to be Criminals in Action, CIA. And then Alonzo was like, y'all ain't about to be no criminals in action. Y'all could be crew in action. And so it ended up being crew in action. With CIA, the problem was Dre had us rapping like the Beastie Boys. Then Easy was coming around. And Easy was like, this the shit y'all should be doing. What y'all doing on those mixtapes? Because me and Dre would do these mixtapes for the Rhodium Swap Meet.
Yeah, man.
For Steve Yano.
Yes, sir.
And then on the mixtapes, you could talk about the hood, you can cuss. Dre didn't care what you talked about. So I'm like, we're gonna talk about what's going on around here.
Sit back and watch the destruction of rap. As much as you niggas like Tupac, that nigga caused the most ignorance in the shit. But because he was able to keep you in love, because all CIA manufactures shit, because he was able to keep you in love, to tap into what you thought was your own speaking voice, him walking out of court. And most of y'all didn't even know him to know his music or what it was happening. I was watching that shit was happening. Real fucking silly. You know what I'm saying? And if most of you niggas think you go to Atlanta, jump out a limo, pull out your gun, shoot 2 cops, get arrested, go to jail. How did they arrest him? If he was in a limo and he left, who caught him? But okay, they caught him. Go to jail and get off for that. Y'all in a fantasy. Y'all know that don't happen nowhere. Why is it happening for him? Or let's do you one better. In the 60s, his mother kills a white cop in the 60s. His mother kills a white cop in the 60s. Goes to jail, pregnant, defends herself, sit back.
So what's good, man? That one right there, CIA, hip hop, always been working hand in hand. They've been funding hip hop all the way back from Africa Bambaataa and Melly Mel and all that, whoever they said. This shit is deep, man. This shit is deep because this, you know, this music really been controlling our youth, man, for a long time now, man. It's a lot of people doing a lot of time in jail because of the music. You know what I'm saying? Because of the music. Because the frequencies do something to you, man, and make you act this shit out. You know what I mean? And they making us pay for it. They done trapped us inside a cycle, and we gotta break out of this, man. We gotta pull the veil down off people's eyes, man, and snap out this matrix and let them stop getting rich off our energy, man, and our labor, keeping us in the, you know, in the slave cycle. And jump out this shit, man, and start ruling, man. You know what I mean? Because the future belongs to the free thinkers, and that's what we are over here on Geeking News Network. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Fetty Lotto, GNN, we out of here.
To stand up tall.
The name of all the real niggas.
I want you to speak up clear and loud.
Respectfully, the most honorable YB Double M. Lotto.
Brown baby.
Gunshots in the dark at me. Discrimination cause my hair nappy. Call me a thug cause I'm tatted up. Now your actions justify when them slugs clap me. I think it's a war on the black race. Why every criminal they show got a black face? And every hero they show gotta be pale. Is it me or y'all got the wrong niggas for crimes against humanity? Of course we out here acting up. They slaughtered our elders and told the babies they from Africa. We screaming Black Lives Matter, they do. Well nigga, Black Lives Matter to who? Cause they don't matter to you. You know the owner of that movement, a Jew. And Nick Cannon got canceled just for speaking the truth. True, y'all think money bring power, it don't. Unity bring power, then we take what they owe. Y'all think money bring power, it don't. Unity bring power, then we take what they owe.